huge win, congratulations. Can you kind of give us your opening reaction?
No, I can't, because it's that big. It's that, this is Bourges, right? And this is our first year in Europe, and we're at half-time of a tie where I got to genuinely believe we've got to try and go to Bourges and win a tie, which is, we've given ourselves a chance to do that. But as a standalone game, it's an immense feeling of, we prepared really well. We put some things on the floor that we thought would help us, they did. And then we had to deal with, Ken was sick, did a great job staying in it for as long as she did. So, and then obviously, missing Cassie is a big hole when it comes to points. But no, I can't say enough. I just feel ridiculously proud of the group and how they prepared, and how they could have gone into this game scared, and they didn't.
Obviously, you've seen a lot over your years. When you talk about context for people in terms of how big this win is, where do you rank this in terms of all-time British basketball club wins?
This is the biggest win by a female club ever, I think. Historically, I know that that there are teams in the past that have come up with big European wins. Having been in European Cups with Palace many years ago, getting to second and third rounds and stuff, but like London Lions just beat Bourges, and Bourges are a winner of this competition in recent years. They're a big budget team. They currently sit #1 in France. Yeah, it's huge. I think it's a statement about if the WBBL wants to, we have enough talent that if we give them the right situations, we can compete. We just have to work a damn sight harder on a regular basis to do it.
And also, when you look at the makeup of your roster, all British players, well, predominantly British players, of course. Like, how much do you think that means, and how important is that?
Well, it's huge. I mean, I think the important thing to stress about that stuff is that you look around Europe, and teams always build the base of their teams around their homegrown talent, and then they go out and find great international players to really supplement it. So it's not just a British thing. I think the British players are really thriving on the opportunity that Lions are giving them. I think they're proving that they can play at that level. But you've seen the talent in the regular season. You've seen the talent on the floor tonight. Yeah, just look at Bourges, right? Bourges, you've got from Yakubu to Rubert to Sarah Michel, they're all French internationals. Godin is a really experienced French player, and then they supplement that with some great talent. So your club has to have the balance that can enable it to compete year in, year out. And you need a good organisation behind you, and we're making great strides on the organisation side. But in answer to your question, it's a huge thing for British basketball club-wise to go to the second round of the knockout stage, leading Bourges. Yeah, it's huge.
And then can you talk about, obviously Jo today is a special game for her, has special significance for her, but of course also her veteran leadership down the stretch. With a few minutes left, they took the lead by 1. She had a basket, then a steal, and another basket, and kind of carried you through there. Yeah, you've answered your question in the sense that when it's not just what she does on the floor, it's in timeouts, it's in practice. And her belief that we could win this game today, really was confidence building to the players, the rest of the team. But that moment, to link it back to your previous question, that's when, historically, because of the lack of experience and the lack of playing at that level, that's when British teams fold. They play great, Bourges lead the game by 1, and you're like, we've done well. We're competitive. Jo Leedham is not about being competitive. Jo Leedham's about winning. So she was never, she made the 3, came up with a steal. And that just sums up Jo. Obviously, I want to let you enjoy this win, but just looking ahead to next week, to the second leg, kind of how do you make sure that the team stays level-headed, doesn't get ahead of themselves, and realises the challenge that's ahead for the second leg?
Well, firstly, we've got to go to Sheffield on Saturday and win. They're unbeaten in the WBBL. They're well coached. They're obviously confident. I know we beat them in the cup, but that was another game. So, in terms of being level-headed, you got to go to work on Friday. We won't practice tomorrow. We'll take tomorrow off, but we'll practice on Friday and get ready to play against a team that's unbeaten. And then I think after that, our next game in the WBBL is scheduled to be against Sevenoaks. So after those games, there might only be one unbeaten team in the league. I hope that's us. But in terms of keeping level-headed, we just said in the locker room, we're at half time at a time. Said the same thing when we beat Gran Canaria here, half time at a time. I just wanted to give ourselves a chance in the second leg. We've done more than that, and I think the most important thing for that is that Bourges now will go away and think about how they can beat us, and think about what they need to do and what they need to change. And the more we can make them think, the better.